awesome was that, guys? How amazing was that live performance of It's Calling Me from Ash Lex and her band? Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So excited to have you guys here. This is gonna be, not gonna be fun. It's fucking fun. We got a live performance to start. We got more live performances coming up. A band that I've heard from many people that you guys sound phenomenal. Powerful vocals, a soulful kind of folky pop, I guess. That's the vibe I got. Folky pop, bit of jazz in there with sultry vocals. Hey,
Thank you. Yeah, sure. I love it.
That's great.
I just call it alt because it encompasses whatever you feel.
Well, that's what I felt, and I loved it. I
Awesome.
listened to the album. The album sounded amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic. The performance was good, and no, better than good. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
Sounded
Thank you.
great. And considering where we are, we're in a little room. Like you pulled off an amazing performance like that in a little room. Like what are we? 12 by 12 maybe. It's tough to play with. The acoustics in here is very, warehousey. And so, anyways, we're gonna get to the interview. We're gonna speak to you guys about how the band came about. Your process, songwriting, all of that stuff. The album, of course. But before we do that, hi Lisa, how's it going?
I'm good.
We
How
got
are you?
Sierra in the back there waiting.
Hi.
This is amazing. So say hi to that's the crew in the back.
Hey guys.
Hello.
So I'm gonna start by saying we'd like to thank our sponsors because without our sponsors, we're still gonna do it, but it's so much better with the sponsors. coming in.
Absolutely.
We got mics and cups. Well, we're not showing the cups because too many people and there's too crowded, but we got cups. I mean, we're moving up. Sessions with Stef is just like blossoming.
Next level.
We're gonna get water bottles next. Like,
Whoa.
we're not messing
Very
around
cool.
here. And it's all thanks to our sponsors. And this week's sponsor is an oldie but a goodie, Nettoyage Diamant. Anthony Paterno. He's a really good friend of the show. He's got a cleaning company, but commercial cleaning, of course, residential. Like, spring is here. Window cleaning.
Yes.
Italians, they start Italian. Like I've already heard them like 4 or 5 people. All the Italians.
But you
are like,
heard me, I'm all like, window
it's-
cleaning. Let's get it done.
He went to my parents' house last week, pulled out the windows, goes in the tracks. He does it all.
Nice.
He's a great guy,
Very
especially
exciting.
the commercial. I think Lisa hired him, right?
Yes, we
Good.
hired him for my workplace.
So
Very
commercial
nice.
has got a crew, very meticulous. He's amazing. It's Nettoyage Diamant. Where can we find him, Lisa?
I will tell you right now where we can find him because he is definitely everywhere. And he is at 514-686-1581, info@nettoyagediamant.com, nettoyagediamant.com, and on Instagram at nettoyagediamant.
Amazing. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you.
Thank
Nettoyage.
you.
Thank you, Anthony.
That's amazing, guys. So we heard one performance. We're gonna get more. We're gonna get a few more.
Absolutely.
And I love. So it's the first time I see a band. I've seen a band with violin players, but it's really cool. Like it's part of the act.
Yeah.
It's part of the band, integral part of the band. The backups,
Absolutely.
the violin is in all the parts. I love it. It adds a sound that is very unique and very original. So I love it, and the whole band is amazing. I mean, you guys sound great.
Thank
Very
you.
original. To start off. Obviously, we have Ash Lex, lead vocalist. I don't know who does what. If you're the lyric writer, probably.
So I wrote all the lyrics, yeah.
Okay, amazing. It'll be easier. You guys can introduce yourselves, full name if you like, or stage name, and then what you do in the band, and other than the instruments as well. Like I know every band everybody's got to do their instrument and a little something extra. May it be showing off the merch, or whatever it may be.
Merch
anything.
model.
So let's start. We'll start. You obviously guitar player.
Yeah, I'm Zach Wynn. I play guitar for Ash Lex, yeah.
Okay, and do you do any social media? Do you, or is it just
yeah, I help
songwriting?
out
I
with
don't know.
social media a little bit. And,
Okay.
He's being modest. He does all my social media.
I felt it. I don't know why. I felt you being the
Called
social
it.
media guy. I don't know why.
Yeah, I do what I can. I mean, I have a lot of fun making the posters and whatnot. I mean,
Cool.
it's like another creative avenue kind of thing, so
Yeah.
I like to do that kind of stuff a lot. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm David Jordan, the drummer.
Yeah.
I got a friend of mine that's a big help, Luigi Nudi, that's helping out the band a
Yes,
lot,
thank
so I
you,
couldn't do
Luigi.
much. So I want to
Oh,
thank him for that.
Okay, cool. Is he a drum tech?
He's learned to become one. Yes, he's director of operations of a company, GoCube, and he does a million things. He can do a lot of stuff. So
that's
he's
amazing.
helping the band out, helping me out. So for all the things I can't do.
I'm always looking for someone to carry my gear as well. My son, I'm working on him, so it's kind of
Nice.
So obviously, Ash.
Yeah, I'm Ash Lex, and I'm the singer.
Yes.
And I write the. Oh, thank you so much. And I wrote all the lyrics and the melodies. I started writing the songs on my acoustic guitar, which I don't play very well. I know about 6 chords, and I wrote about 10 songs, and like 8 of them made it onto the album. And I actually did the production with Rad Crasto.
Oh yes.
Hey, Rad.
Hi, Rad.
He's very, very awesome musician. He actually did all of the instrumentation on the album, except for Devin, who did about half the bass, and then Ram came in to do the fiddle on Hide and Seek and Gone Lurkin'.
So cool. Okay. Rad.
Yeah.
I think I was with him. Does he play at Le Balcon once in a while?
I mean, he plays everywhere,
Outside.
so.
Possibly.
I think he did like a little, like a duo.
He does that often, so
Yeah.
maybe
Yes.
I'm not familiar with playing there, but I'm sure was him. Yes.
Yeah.
I think
He for a throwback. He was Radical Rad on Shome.
Yeah.
Stump the
I love it.
stump the
seriously?
guitarist.
Stump the guitarist, yeah.
He was on Shaw?
Radical
Yeah.
Rad.
Radical
know that.
Rad.
And
Yeah.
like people
yeah.
would call in, and they would try to like play a song better than him or something like that on the guitar.
Yeah, and they would
he's
try to
such
He's
an
a
sound
amazing,
great player. He's
amazing
100%.
guitarist. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really good mix.
Remember-
too.
Really? Yeah, he
Radical
mixes
Rad.
as well. Eh?
I mean, that's the thing when.
Did he mix the album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, I
Produced
love
it
this
too,
song.
right?
Produced it,
Yeah.
mixed it,
And
yeah.
played a lot of the parts on it.
He
too.
played like
Yeah, all the
almost
guitar,
all the
like,
parts.
So I'm
yeah.
sorry to hate him now. Like he's getting too good now. It's
No,
like,
no,
okay,
he's
whoa.
awesome.
Whoa,
He's
whoa,
so
Rad.
good. Yeah.
Whoa.
Take
Don't
it
get me
easy.
started on the list of instruments he contributed in the album.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, it's
God,
kind
I
of
love
It's
it.
nuts, yeah.
Okay, well, Rad, man, you gotta come on sessions with Stef.
Yeah. We
There
should
you
have
go.
invited
There's the
him.
invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rad.
Now we got Devin on bass.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me. I'm on on bass, and yeah. So what happened was just kind of I was going to talk about that a bit about how I known Rada like for a little bit, and he kind of like said like, oh, I got this like cool singer, like I think you would be a really good fit, and just asked me like, do you want to lay down some tracks for it? And I was like, yeah, of course. And so he brought me in, and I did 4, right?
Yeah.
4.
Oh,
And yeah, it was super fun to work with him and Ash, and then that's how we got started, and
Cool.
now I'm here.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was great.
All right,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And well, I mean, you've been on. You're
Yeah.
not like a virgin to.
No,
sessions
no,
with Stef.
no. I've
You're,
been.
like, you're the.
I was
the pro
on-
now. You know.
I was on. I was prepping them a little bit about the types of questions that you were gonna ask. I remember there were a few that I remember that were like that were really fun. Like I remember the one that stuck with me was the one about. I don't know if I'm gonna spoil things here.
I don't even know myself, so maybe I don't know.
It was like talking about if you had like a super group that you
Oh,
would put
yes,
together.
yes.
And that's what, we might get to that later.
We
But
might get to that. We might.
we'll
I
see.
haven't done it in a while.
oh, okay,
So
okay.
I
Because
might get back to it.
I was on like 2 or 3 years ago, but it was.
Stuck in your head, eh?
Yeah, well, it was just I remember racking my brain like, okay, what am I gonna? What do I say? I was like the last one to give my answer because
It's fun. It's a fun.
yeah, it was
exercise.
a fun thing.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Cool. And we've got our violin backup singer. Well, I mean, yeah, backup singer for sure.
Sure, yeah. I like to do harmonies. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that's fun. Sounds great. So, and your full name?
Oh, not
Or
the government name. No, I'm
stage
kidding. No, my stage name's Ramco. And similar story to Devin's. I think, I don't know if Ash or Rad ever saw me in a gig with Tivo, because that's, I think, where
Yeah, I had
one
seen
of
you play with
okay.
Tebow. We had both seen you
Yeah.
play with Tebow.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So I was playing with this other band, Tivo and the Visionaries. They're also a fun time. And
Shout out to you.
Rada,
Shout
yeah,
out.
Tivo is such a great guy. Great band too. Not because I'm in it or anything.
I'm sure
But
that's
yeah.
the reason.
And and then similarly, they got me in the studio with Ash and Rad, and I heard the music. I was like, oh, it's gonna be sick to do some good violin for it. And
Yeah.
they were super great. They gave me a lot of space to work and get creative, and it's such a good album.
Fun.
I'm happy to be part of it. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so now, was it you wanted to, put out an album? You wrote your songs, then you recorded it. Then he brought in some extra players. Then you got them, and the band was created, or was it a band before?
No, the album was like finished, And then I'm like, well, I would like to play these songs live for people, so I need a band. So then the band kind of like came together. I kept trying to get Devin on board, but he was in so many projects. So it's like every like couple weeks, I'd be like, hey, Devin, you available yet? So finally he was, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
And Zach I met through a mutual friend, and that worked out really well. And
Rad as
yeah,
well.
Rad suggested
Rad.
Dave come on board, and I said,
Childhood
yeah,
friend of
absolutely.
Rad's from
Wow.
14 years old. Yeah. So
And
that's
everyone's in Montreal, right?
Yeah.
Born and
Yep.
yeah,
raised
we're all
kind of
born in
thing?
Montreal.
Okay, West.
West Island for me,
Hudson
but
and stuff?
yeah, I think
I'm the only one
you're
in the
West
East
Island
End.
too, right?
I mean, all the way in St. Leonard.
Oh, you're
You're in St.
yeah.
Leonard?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow. Where?
Because of Luigi.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Where?
Yeah. Like, did you go to high school? In
No,
St.
no, I just where I'm living. I actually grew up in Ville Saint Laurent, and then I moved for like 18 years to Los Angeles, and I came
Oh.
back, and now I'm in the East. So
Okay, well, fucking Los Angeles to St. Leonard? What the fuck?
well,
It's a bit of a
it's
change.
home, the family. I know. I get that question every
I grew up in
day
St.
nearly.
Leonard, right? I
No,
I
but,
know the area.
You know,
Whatever, I had no
family
choice.
stuff happens and brings you back
It's like a
home.
magnet.
Yeah.
St. Leonard magnet. You're Italian, you got it.
Oh, that's what it is.
He drew me in.
Okay, cool. So how long has the album been out?
April 11th, so just over a month.
Wow, okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, great timing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And
We
you
did the
like
launch at Turbo House.
Yep.
Oh, amazing.
That
And
was
that
fun.
was when?
On April 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We launched the album and released it the same day. It was a whole.
Oh, that's
Doors
fucking
are
sweet.
open.
Oh, that's
Everybody
really,
listen
cool.
now.
Yeah.
How long was the project? Like, how long did it take you to complete the project? And
Like from start to finish, oof, probably like 4 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, and it's your first album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
so
so now
it
you
was
got the bug?
a process of learning to play the guitar, deciding I wanted to write music, writing music, and then trying to find a producer to produce the music. And then I was in the studio for about 1.5 years with Rad, getting all the songs
So you
done.
had no like prior experience in music.
No.
You just like.
No.
Are you serious?
Amazing.
Yeah.
She had something to say, and this
That
came
was
out.
it, yeah.
This came out. Fantastic.
I mean, like, I always dabbled in music. Like, when I was a little kid, I played piano for a bit. When I was a teenager, I played the bass for a bit. But nothing ever really
didn't know
stuck.
that.
Yeah. I never wanted to tell you because I wouldn't want you to ask me to try to play something.
Put her on the spot. Yeah.
But I've always loved singing. Like, ever since I was a little kid. Is like like they have those like Disney sing-along tapes.
Oh my
It's
god.
like before they had those sing-along tapes, or before I knew about them. Anyway, like I would like sit in front of the movie, and with my like pen and paper, and I would like write down the lyrics, and then I would record the songs with my boombox, and I would go sit in my room and sing the songs.
Oh my god.
That's cool.
It's really cute.
Did you
Amazing.
did you ever take a lesson or just?
Well, when I started writing the music and everything, I was like, well, maybe I should take a vocal lesson.
I'm sorry. What?
Amazing, eh? Amazing.
What the?
And I took 2 vocal lessons. I didn't really learn anything. And I feel like I should go take more just so that I protect my voice, because I do like obviously a lot of really intense singing. So I feel like I should learn more about warming up and proper technique and stuff. But I haven't done that yet.
For me, it's unheard of. I just decided to write an album. It's like, okay, and that's hats off. 'Cause
Thank
that's-
you.
Wow, what a that's.
And Rad, if I may add, she wanted to do a mellow version,
I
mellow,
did.
and he said your voice is so powerful, you need a band, and that's how it. No, it came.
I was like, let's do this acoustic, and he's like, there's no fucking way we're doing this acoustic.
I love it.
Isn't that great?
That's great.
Yeah.
They did.
What a story.
Yeah.
And just to say how impressive her voice is, how strong it is, the first time I played with her with my band back in the day, we didn't even have a PA, so it was the drums, the bass, and the guitar. And she showed up and just started singing songs, and we could hear it over a drum set, over like the amps and all
Like I
that.
didn't even have a mic.
And then she left the space, and we were all just like, "Holy shit! Like,
Yeah.
we gotta work with her," you know.
Wow. Okay.
Before we did a full band gig, they did. Zach and Ash did the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
cool.
oh, what float? When is it coming? And then from like, I couldn't even see the float. That's Ash. Walks away. Whoa, power.
Away.
That was fun.
Singing
It was
Living on a
fantastic.
Prayer.
Yeah, yeah.
Living on prayer.
Yeah.
Dig it in.
So you never really gigged around, like, you know.
No,
couple
this is
bands
all
here,
it's
there.
all new. I met Rad at an open mic, and and yeah.
So if you have a
we
dream, you
vibed.
just got to go for it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
right?
guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's the moral.
Quit your job, kids.
Don't quit your job.
A friend
But
of
make
mine,
music anyway.
a friend of mine has a similar.
True, yeah.
Not she didn't write an album, but she was like, you know, she could sing, but she, you know, whatever. She enjoyed it, and she met. She started doing karaoke.
Okay.
So she sang, and the owner that was doing the karaoke said, "Hey, would you like to work in karaoke?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Oh, cool.
What
Very
I have
cool.
to do just make people sing, and she sang, and then she's like, "Oh, I kind of like this," and like 3 years later, she went on La Voix,
Ah.
won.
No.
La
She's-
Voix?
Right now,
She
she's
won.
with- well, she came second.
I mean, yeah,
Oh.
she won. Yeah,
That's
that's very
insane.
cool.
She's with
Yeah.
the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. She's touring.
No way.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
She's touring with Vixen. I don't know if you ever.
Of
heard
course, the metal band?
Yeah, yeah, the metal band. She's the lead
Wow.
singer of Vixen.
What?
Wow.
That's so
This is
cool.
mind blowing. Good for her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
But then from there, like, she became friends with Eric Lapointe, and she, you know, released albums. Now she's releasing albums, and they're
Okay.
really good.
Fantastic.
But I mean,
Okay.
you know, and that's it's like, you know, she went and did what she had to do vocally, and she's a great singer. But I mean, to write an album before you even sing a song, you write an album. That's, wow, hats off. That's
Thank you,
amazing.
thank
It's
you.
very rare, and yeah, amazing. Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
So the songwriting process for you, how did the band take the song? Like, you wrote the song, you had an idea, you made them hear it, and then they performed it. How did they shape the song differently from when you wrote it?
Well, I mean, it's mostly Rad who did that, and these guys are just doing just an amazing job at bringing the album to life. But yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I wanted it to be acoustic, so there's that. And it's not. So we're recording the first song. The first song that we recorded together was The Fall. And I was like, yeah, I just want to keep it like really simple, like not too many instruments. And he's just kind of like, all right, well, let's see about that. So we, all of the songs started with an acoustic drum track, and then I would sing over that. And then he would put together all the music. I'd come back in like 2 weeks, and there would be a song, and I would like redo the vocals because there was just so much more going on that my vocals sounded so dead.
So, okay.
But like, so we're sitting there, and he breaks out the electric guitar, and I'm like, ooh, electric guitar? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna put some electric guitar. I'm like, I don't know about this, Rad. And he's just like, just let the process be, Ash. And I'm like, okay. He's like, and then,
I love.
he's
Never
putting
sang
in
a
all
song.
these layers, and I was like
Never played
freaking
a
out.
gig and just like telling the guy who's been playing, I don't know about this. And he's like,
He's
Hey,
like,
it was my song, okay?
no, but true, but still, it takes a confidence,
Yeah.
and that's amazing because, you know, when people grab a mic, confidence goes right 99% of the time.
Yeah.
It's like no, zero. But you, it's the other way. It's a gift. It's a gift. So
Thank
take
you.
it in. It's
I agree.
fantastic.
Thank you.
You know what? Before we go on, let's hear the second song. Right?
Yes.
Fantastic.
What are we playing for the second song?
The Howling.
the howling
The
it
Howling.
is.
Yes.
Let's
First
do
track,
it.
right?
First track.
First track on the
on the
album.
album.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
All right.
Embracing all the words in its whipped out
was the howling. Wow. Guys, now you know what we're talking about. I mean, you already heard it in the first song, but now, I mean, now they're getting into it, and it's sounding fantastic. I love it. So that's the first song on the album?
Yeah.
Was that the first song written?
No, the first song that I wrote was Hide and Seek.
Hide and Seek.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
the one that Ram, she's got a really good fiddle on that. Yeah, that's what we brought Ram in to record with us.
It's a nice one.
Wow. I really love the sound. I like the vibe and the sound that like I said, the fiddle fits in. How did you get into were you looking for a violinist, fiddle, or was
Yeah,
it?
well, like specifically for Hide and Seek, like Rad said, like I really hear a lot of violin in this song, like we should bring in a violin player, and he was, throwing out all these different names, and I was like, what about, I didn't know your name at the
You're
time.
fine.
I'm like, what about that girl who plays with Tebow? She's awesome, and he's like, yeah,
sweet.
she's really good, like maybe we can get her in, I'll call Tebow. So he called up Tebow, and Rad got Ram's number, and next thing I know, I'm picking her up in St. Anne's, driving her all the way out to the studio, and
The drive
and
was
she's freaking blowing my mind with her violin on the track. Like, it was so cool.
So
Everything's
then, so at first it was just like for a song, and then
Yeah, well, we brought her in just for the one song, and then while she's there, Rad turns to me and goes like, we should get her to do something for Gone Lurkin', because he had put some strings on it, but he wasn't super happy with it. He wanted it to have more life.
Yeah.
So he's like, while she's here, let's do some of that too. So, yeah.
cool. And then I guess she became part
snowballed.
of it snowballed into
Yeah,
this
well,
is our sound.
it really
we're working
snowballed
with this.
because then I was like, okay, well, for the launch, I really want to get Ram in to do Hide and Seek and, Gone Lurkin', maybe another track or whatever. And she shows up to rehearsal, like one rehearsal before the show, and just blows us all away. And we're just like, okay, but you're like part of the band now. Like, we can't do this without you. Like,
It makes us unique.
generous.
yeah.
It's true, yeah, for sure.
We've got like Nirvana dynamics and a violin.
Yeah.
What a fiddle? What was what's a fiddle again?
The difference between a violin and a fiddle?
Okay. I'm sure this has been said before, but I love saying it. You're gonna have it on your podcast.
Yeah.
Fiddle is just a violin you can spill beer on. That's all it is.
I love it.
In reality, they're just the same instrument. It's just the style of how I play it. In Ash's band, I definitely play more like a violin,
Okay.
just more classical feel to it. Fiddle's more for folk stuff.
I would kill someone if beer falls on that.
Oh, I would too. Thank you for being in line to kill them. Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
care what it's called.
Agreed.
Yeah. So what was your impression of the band when you joined?
Oh, full band. I was like, oh, this is gonna click. I remember hearing it, and each thing had its tone. It had melody. Because often with rock, and not to paint rock in a bad way, I find sometimes a lot of rock just all sounds the same. But I found that with this band, it has a particular flavor with how each of the different instruments are providing something nice, like a lot of melody in the guitars, what Ash is doing with her own vocals, added harmonies, the bass and drums being very active, some pauses here and there, especially when sometimes in melodies silence adds more to the song
Absolutely,
than not.
yes.
So yeah, and then I came in to sprinkle a bit of violin here and there, so it was nice. Yeah.
Beautiful. And I like that, the guitar as well. I noticed that,
It has nice melodies.
yeah, of course, it's very melodic.
Well, it's all rad.
Yeah, still, you do it
Still,
justice.
you've got to play it and you've got to bring it to life.
Yeah.
You do. Like, I like the sounds, in one song, you've got some heavy distortion and then you go clean.
Yeah.
It adds a dynamic that's
Absolutely.
really cool. And
That's always been important to me in just in music in general, is to have that dynamic. Like Ram was saying, like a lot of rock music can sound pretty flat across a song, And I'm very much inspired by Pink Floyd and Rush and all these bands that had a lot of dynamics in their music. And when you take that away, it's definitely difficult now, because now you got to make a song like 3.5 minutes just to even get it on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you even put the dynamics in a
Really
3.5
spice it up.
minute song, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I try to do that because it adds a lot. It adds a lot to the feel of it for sure.
Yeah.
And before we move on, I'd like to continue singing Ram's praises. She also plays the mandolin.
Yeah.
She came
Oh,
in-
really?
Yeah,
She
I
came
mean,
into that rehearsal. She was supposed to play on 2 songs, and she pulled something out for every single song.
That's true.
And harmonies.
I love it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's true.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, thanks guys.
So you sent her the album and said, just come to rehearsal and...
Not just that, but Ash went over all the lyrics and highlighted everything. She's like, okay, I want
Yeah,
to
that was sweet of
here,
Ash.
here, and here. sent it all to her, and then she shows up the next day ready to do all this.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Okay.
Yes, they prepared me.
Yeah,
well.
she's a real pro.
They prepared you well. Yeah, because you had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'll take some credit.
Yeah, those years and years of practice really don't mean anything.
No, it means nothing actually. Yeah.
Okay, and then we have, of course, Devin. You played in a few different projects, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, from the sound of it, it was kind of tough to get to.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. I guess I was a little busy, but yeah. Played on 4. I started with Battle Cry was the first one I did. It was again, like I think I was just talking to Rad after one of his gigs. I think it was a Five Pistols gig at McCown's, and he was like, oh, you know, I got this singer, like, I'm gonna have you come in, do some bass. I'm like, oh, awesome, like, I'm super looking forward to it. And then, you know, he was like, I was doing the bass tracks and it wasn't really working out. Like, I think you could come in and really create some cool, nice melodic lines and really have fun with it. And, like, kind of what Ram was saying a little bit about how everything has its voice in the music, yeah. I think a lot of that has to do with the way Rad kind of ran the sessions, where it was like, there was a lot of freedom there. Like, it was really like, I didn't have a part, like I had ideas, but it wasn't like set in stone, and we changed it a bunch as we were going through. Sure. And there was even one song, it was like It's Calling You, which which is, this is, I've never recorded like this before, but I was the first track to be played.
Oh.
Like what it was like I showed up and they were
There
like
was a dummy drum track. I would imagine.
Nothing. It was so what it was there was a click track. And then they got Ash and Rad record. Like Rad didn't even really know the song that well. Like he was like
we were kind of just jamming it.
Like
out
he was kind of jamming
it.
Like, you know, he was like, he laid down a scratch track of guitar and then Ash's vocals, and then we're like, all right, play to the guitar track and the click. And that was like the first thing that was actually laid down on the track was the bass for It's Calling Me, which is a really like, I've never had to record like that, but it was a really cool experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, you know, most bass players would just shred the shit out of the whole song, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So
Like
I just really tried to focus on I'd worked with Ash on that one quite a bit. Like I went to your house that one day and we like. She's like, oh, I'm kind of feeling this like sublime, sort of bouncy,
Lincoln Highway,
bouncy vibe for this one, and I came up with this line. She's like, oh, I really like that, and so I was just really trying to focus on, okay, let me just be as like tight as I can with the click here and not do anything too crazy, just because it was like, you know, it was, I never recorded like that before, so
very cool.
But it was really a fun experience, honestly. And,
I love the bass on that song.
Yeah,
you did such a good job. It's so cool.
It does have, especially
it's got one little hook that's just
that you played.
Yeah,
I like the melodic bass. Like it's I hear you know, sometimes moving up there, doing nice little lines. Little fills. And like, do you work it out with the drummer? Like, I feel that everyone has a fill in the right spot.
Well, personally, I'm also feeding off of the album, but what I love about her songwriting is you think the song's going to stay somewhere, and it goes from swing to straight, and you think it's going to stay mellow, and the power comes in the chorus, so it makes it very unique. You add that with Ram and the guitars, it's up between all the band members, the album, it's become very unique, and I feel different type of style. It's hard to label it, and that's a good thing, I think.
It is hard. It is hard to label it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and I did notice that you played. So I think you played a double bill with Tatum Quinn. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that one recently.
And when I was confused because when I saw it, and I saw Devin with you, so I was like, wait a minute. And so did you like do like, was it one set each kind of thing?
Yeah, it's not the first time I've done that. I've done that many times.
Great.
It's really fun, honestly. Yeah, it's cool. Like, double duty.
Yeah, that's amazing, right? I mean, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And the styles of music are different.
Yeah.
That must have been an amazing double bill.
Yeah, well, it was kind of weird the way that worked out, right? Because Ash Lex was like a last-minute addition to that show. Like, I was just supposed to do that with Tatum Quinn and Dawson Gamble were the headliners. They were from Toronto. And the other band backed out last minute, and then like, obviously, like, Ash and Tatum know each other, and we kind of, like, I don't know, talked about it. We're like, well, let's get them on. And like last, what was like 2 weeks?
Same bass rig anyway.
It's like,
exactly. No, it's super easy.
I'm like, well, Devin's already going to be there. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
think like Zach was looking at Instagram and he's like, oh, Dr. Draw just dropped out of the show. I'm like, well, message Devin.
Yeah, exactly.
We want in. Like,
yeah. So it was.
Okay, cool. So that must have been a lot of fun.
It was,
Yeah, it was
a
cool.
lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it was
That
cool.
was a really
Fun.
fun show. Yeah.
So what's the plan now with the album? Is it like keep songwriting? Obviously, it's to perform as much
Yeah.
as you can.
Yeah.
How is that going? How's the feedback up to now?
I mean, really good. I think.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's. I think we're just growing our fan base. We're trying to get as many original shows under our belt as possible. We also do. Zach and I do acoustic duo gigs.
Okay, that's fun.
Where we do covers and stuff. Just trying to get ourselves around the city, get our faces out there.
Where do you do like?
Everywhere,
Everywhere.
really.
Anywhere and everywhere.
From
Tomorrow
Montreal
we're
right
at
to the city, you know?
tomorrow at Pont Masson
Okay.
on I guess it's on Masson.
Masson, near
Yeah.
near Saint Michel.
And that's
Yeah.
like you do like acoustic.
Yeah, and
Shout out to
Dave's
Pont
coming
Masson.
out
Yeah,
too, so everybody come
Usually
to
it's
Pont
just a
Masson
duo. I'm
tomorrow.
going to be in there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I'm bringing in the drums. It should be a lot of fun.
So come on
At
out. To,
Roxanne's restaurant, Pont Masson.
hopefully we'll
on
be
Masson?
back many times. So even if
Yeah.
you see this late,
Yeah.
go to Pont Masson and you'll find.
Is there an Ash Lex show coming up, like original?
We're still trying
yeah.
to get something booked. I mean, it's also very difficult now. But,
Very difficult.
At the same time, we're working on like a few sets of covers that we can
Yeah.
do as a full band and
Sure.
kind of sprinkle some of the.
That's the way to do it,
originals
Yeah.
into
right? That's the way to do it. Is get a
It'd be great to do a world tour doing just originals. That's
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
goal.
yeah.
That's
but
the goal.
The next step.
Unfortunately, financially, they don't. I don't know why, but it gets me so mad. But it's hard to fund it, right? It's
Yeah.
hard to-
That's
Very
obviously
difficult, yeah.
tried to stay away from that reality, but mentally you got to believe anyway. But it's very
Yeah.
difficult. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but keep doing your thing because it's gonna.
there is the internet out there, and you try to get a
Yeah.
grassroots
Yeah.
following, and then that'll
Yeah.
support you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
When they see, when the people with the money see that people are interested,
Yeah, one thing goes viral,
you
you
get
never know.
100%. That's all it
That's a good
takes.
point, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to believe.
Okay, so has the songwriting, because obviously everyone's got the bug. I feel that everyone has the bug that I want to do with the next album. So has the
Yeah.
songwriting begun for the next album?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
We've
Okay.
already we've got like 3 or 4 tracks.
3 or 4 songs at least.
That's
that are in the
Zach and I
works.
have been working on, and we haven't really brought to everybody yet because we've been busy trying to do the album launch, which was like 6 weeks ago, right? So we're just trying to get everybody, to learn the songs from the current album.
Okay.
But as soon as we have some time, we'd love to get back in the studio and keep the
Somewhere to
momentum
play,
going.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, while promoting this album, it is fresh. I mean, it just came
Yeah.
out. So while
Yeah.
promoting this, ideas are coming. You're probably driving somewhere and like, oh, I have an idea, and then sing a melody or whatever.
Yeah.
Or while you're on a gig.
It's usually I usually like dream songs, and then I'll wake up and like
play it.
hum some weird shit into my phone, and then like a couple weeks later, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh, there's a great hook.
So okay.
Normally just nonsense.
I want to have a little bit of fun, just to have some crazy stories. I want to get into, now the gigging part. Like, we've all done gigs, we've all been on stage. Do you have any stories? See, I like that. I like that. Do we have any
Oh, God.
stories?
No.
I used to do a segment called Worst Gig Ever. I haven't done it in a while.
Okay.
But it's a segment where it's not the worst gig performance-wise, like just something, it could be anything. Like, it could be bad sound. It could be like just the wrong gig for you. I give you an example. I played a 4-piece Latin band in a
Oh, nice.
biker bar. No. It was like these
Started
guys,
nice of it.
there was like 2 women, and it was like all guys.
Okay.
And I'm playing salsa, like doesn't match.
Did not
So
go
the whole
over.
night was like, and there was a boxing fight. So
Oh my
my
god.
so they're like, get the fuck out of the way. We want to see the boxing.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
How many beer balls do you have to dodge?
Probably.
Or salsa out of the way,
Horrible. It was horrible.
Jeez.
But anyways, do you have any stories? Anything
Yeah, definitely.
funny that may have happened on a gig,
Yeah.
or
We were doing an acoustic gig and I think we just added to the set list.
Yeah, it was the first time we were doing it.
Yeah, we were doing Semi-Charmed Life, right? And so we changed the key a little bit, and then we made the set list, and all the capos are supposed to be written on there, but I guess I put the wrong number, or I set it up wrong, I don't know. So we start the song, and okay, yeah, it sounds good, and then once I ended up putting the capo half step low.
Oh.
So once I went to play the chords in the verse up here, she's singing at a key a half step higher, and I'm playing the chords a half step low. And I'm like,
And I'm
oh,
just
shit,
giving him the
what's going
side eye,
on?
like, when are you gonna figure this out and
Yeah.
get into the right key? And he's not getting to the right key, so I switch.
Oh my
But then
God.
when we go back to the chorus, it's open chord shapes. Those ones I'm locked in.
Yeah.
So now I'm playing in the wrong key again.
And then you switch back?
That's
or-
a switch back, yeah. I was like, okay,
It's a
are we
modulation.
good now?
It's-
Or are we here now?
It's
Key change.
jazz.
Key change.
Oh shit, that is funny. It's
Yeah,
I mean,
it was horrible.
nobody. It feels no one can tell really.
I don't know.
Most of
I
the-
think
most
they
of
could.
the-
I think for that they could tell.
Yeah,
that
sometimes- yeah,
sounded
but
messy.
sometimes-
That
but
was
it's
messy.
the feeling that you get on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
A 3-minute song feels like the longest movie you've ever seen.
Oh.
Like 2 hours.
Yeah, he was like,
Maybe we
oh
were
god,
good
when's
'cause
this
it was
gonna be
the
over?
third set. Maybe everyone was.
He was all
bit,
a
you know.
little tipsy.
Tipsy.
But we have a monitor pointing at us, so we're like, this is bad.
Too funny. Anyone else have anything?
I can't think of any horror stories off the top of my head, but for some reason I'm thinking of an artist I used to play in Los Angeles with, and he was such a unique character that he would never see us before the gig, and at the time of the show, he would come out like a different character, different persona, dressed like he'd be a different something every show. And one time he said, just come out when it's time to play, come out on the stage at this time.
Oh.
And there was a curtain down, and we went out on the stage when it was time to play, and he was already there, and he was it wasn't completely naked, but it looked like he had a G-string on, and he was all in gold like a statue, and the entire show he didn't move. It was the most bizarre thing, yeah. Yeah, it was
Great
like,
story, Dave.
Wow.
yeah, but I have to say he was a very, very interesting character, but
Yeah.
he's no longer with us. God bless you, Duncan. There were good times in LA, but yeah,
Wow.
fascinating guy to play with. So I thought of him when you're thinking of shows. You can't.
How can you not?
That's
How could
awesome.
you not?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
He was a great performer. Yeah.
Well, I heard. So you laughed instantly. So there's definitely something.
This was a recent memory. So fiddlers are in high demand during St. Patty's Day. So
Of course.
Yeah.
March was in the McGibbon circuit with Tebow and his band, and at McGibbon's Bishop, and I was not feeling well. I wasn't having it. My patience was running thin, not with the band, and already it's 2 p.m. People are sloshed, drunk out of their minds, and sitting in the front, right by the stage, is this man with a harmonica.
Oh.
And,
Oh no.
and I don't know, his partner with spoons. So the spoons.
Spoons and harmonica.
I will say the spoon lady was great. She bonded with a bunch of drunk college girls. They all had a blast. I was there for it until she started getting on stage and taking Tebow's mic. Then we had to push her.
Oh my goodness.
But the drunk guy would keep harmonicaing at us as we played our song, and I was like standing so close to kicking him.
Was it
I don't condone violence.
Was it in the wrong key
Rap.
too?
It was the wrong key.
Absolutely was the wrong key.
It's only I think it's one key at harmonica,
You
right?
have to get like a different
Depends on the
harmonica, for
harmonica.
each key, right?
Yeah.
Like so.
If you would have lost this, I swear to God.
That would have been so.
I don't
annoying.
condone violence, just
No,
FYI,
neither do
but
I.
yeah. Anyways, they finally kicked the mic. So I
Oh
was like,
my
oh
God.
That must be so hard for you because you have to really focus on your tuning and stuff like that,
yeah.
right?
I'm
Like
also having
so.
a headache, a migraine. I'm sitting next to Tebow. I'm like, I'm so close. I'm so close.
And it's hard, like drunk people at a certain
Oh,
point.
I'm so
Yeah,
drunk.
it builds, and then there's something that takes you over the
yeah,
edge.
yeah. He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Who was the guy who gave the story? Oh my God, there was a guy who threw. Oh yeah, he was playing on stage. I think it was Franco Catrino. He was playing
Yeah.
with a YouTube.
Oh, and it was Franco
Yeah.
Catrino, yeah.
It was a YouTube tribute band, and
Oh.
Oh, yeah?
he said
Sick.
someone jumped on the stage
Oh.
and got in his face,
Oh.
but he's like, I'm not a mean guy, but it's something just don't.
Mm-hmm.
So he launched the guy
Nice.
flying off the stage.
Oh my God.
But then
Yeah.
they went to see him, and it was.
Oh.
It's sad to say the story,
no.
but it was like a handicapped person.
Oh.
He
He
didn't
didn't
realize.
realize.
He's playing. He turned around. This guy was in his face. And just.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was not physical. Like he was,
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He didn't
He
mean
didn't
to do
mean
it.
to do it. He didn't know.
He
was
didn't
just
know.
He was absorbed.
so absorbed with the
Yeah.
music.
He
Oh,
felt so
It like
bad.
freaked him
Was he
out.
okay?
Yeah.
He was fine.
Oh,
He was
okay.
fine.
Yeah,
He didn't get hurt. He
Yeah, that's rough,
He
though.
was, oh my God, I want
That's
to.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
So these things, I remember one gig I was playing drums, and it happened to have been a dance tune, so like, you know, 4 on the floor kind of thing.
Okay.
The beater, so you can attest to this, the beater just went,
Oh, it's gone.
and it's like, there's no
Nothing.
music. And I'm like, I don't know how the hell I can fix this, and I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, we did a dance song with no kick.
With no kick.
my
That's a
God.
little
Right.
difficult.
That's hard.
Horrible.
Oh
And
my
you're,
God.
You're trying to tell the singer, make them sing or something while you fix it, but
It's-
they don't know what's going on. It's-
No.
Everyone's having
No,
a
they're
good
just
time.
like, where's the
Yeah.
bottom dropped out?
Start
Yeah,
tapping
exactly.
the mic. Boop.
That has happened to me. Also, one time I was at a gig where they had tape on the bass drum. I'm not quite sure. Like you wouldn't put it where the beater goes, and it wore out. So now it was sticky. So I was playing, and I go for another beat, and like there's nothing. It was stuck to the bass drum.
But sometimes they're cheap, and if there's a hole in the bass drum, they'll just patch it up with tape.
It's like,
and then it's like,
it's a
give us
house
new-
kit. You know, it's like, what the heck is this?
There's a hole in the bass drum, just patch it with tape. It's all
Horrendous.
gonna go.
That would drive me wild. That would drive me insane.
Craziness.
Yeah.
And they don't know what's going on. They just think you don't know how to play. You know.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. Okay. Another thing. You know what? You brought me back to that all-time band, and I think.
Oh, you want to do it?
I think I want maybe. You know what? I'm gonna try something a little different. So I asked everyone in the past to put together their all-time band, taking a musician who's alive, dead, whatever it is. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna ask you to pick a guitar player, and I'm
Okay.
gonna ask
Oh,
you
I
to
like
pick a
that.
drummer.
Okay.
I love
and then
that.
see what kind of
Yeah,
music
yeah.
would fit, right?
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
And
It's
then,
gonna be a
then we
fun
can
band.
add, as we do your own instruments, you can pick, and you can pick either a violin player or you could pick another singer. It could be like a two-man, right? And then we'll add instruments if you want to make the band crazier or whatever. So who would be your guitar player of the ultimate band that you would put together?
That is tough. Either David Gilmour or Rory Gallagher. One of the two.
Okay, all right. So if we have to pick one,
We're gonna see what the music is
so
like at the
tough.
end. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pick David Gilmour.
okay, because it changes everyone's. You know, you might
Yeah.
pick a different drummer, right?
That's true. Big influence on my cymbal work, so I'm gonna go with Stuart Copeland of the Police.
Beautiful,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Which I noticed, by the way. It's fantastic.
Thank
Sounds
you,
good.
thank you,
Sounds
thank
good.
you.
Ash, who is fronting this?
Okay. This is gonna be a really fun band, guys, because Whitney Houston is coming back,
yeah.
and she is going to rock out with these guys.
Now we've got a band.
I'm loving this band already.
Different colors make it different color.
Yeah.
I love this.
That's
Yes.
beautiful. Well, we got a bass player coming up.
Well, I feel like I have to go with Getty. Just because
Yeah.
I love
Whitney
Rush,
and Getty,
and
this
there's
is gonna be
there's
great. This is
a
gonna be
reason
fun.
for this. Because last time I was on, when you asked me to make it or whatever, I wanted to put like Neil and Getty together because I feel like they're like the best. rhythm
Oh, there's
section
already a
that's
band.
ever existed. You know what I mean? But I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take two members from the same band, so I took Neil and I think I put Les Claypool in the band as like the rhythm section.
Okay.
But so I left out Getty. So now
So now Getty's
Getty
making the
Lee
cut.
Getty Lee's in this time.
I
That's
love
awesome.
this band, man.
Yeah.
I love this band so far. And now this is the one that adds the color to it.
Oh yeah.
You're on
Oh,
the
You
yeah.
can
spot.
add an instrument. You can add what would you do? You can add a
jeez.
second singer. You can.
That's it. So I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the folks you guys named, I'm so sorry. I don't quite know them. Obviously, I know Whitney Houston. My background isn't very rock based.
Well, Pink Floyd.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. They kind of fit that. There was a fiddle player. I was thinking like some of the violin, because I feel like with Whitney you could go a little jazz, a little mixed
100%,
genres. You have I feel so bad for forgetting, but was it Stevie Wonder? They have like I don't know specific violin players' names, but the
Okay.
violin or string sections in Stevie Wonder's
Stevie, yeah,
would
you can
be
add
great.
Stevie to this band.
And
in a
Stevie,
heartbeat.
Oh, that
as
would be
the
great.
singer,
Get Stevie
I
in
would
there.
add Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, Stevie
Yeah, yeah.
Wonder adding some vocals.
Him
would-
and his string
Yeah.
section can
Son
join
of
the
a
band.
bitch.
They're all different styles. Yeah, it's
That'd be
fantastic.
crazy.
That'd be
What a
crazy,
weird
man.
The rock kind of rhythm section.
Wonders
and then like
are-
Yeah. What's the name of this band? The
Oh, that's a
Wonders?
tough one.
Good.
That's
Wow.
Good question.
I'd buy that ticket right now. Totally
Right.
buy that ticket.
Yeah, I
That'd be
tell
so much
Ticketmaster my soul for that.
Ticketmaster, no.
Exactly, yeah.
So let's
feel like
play
they
a
already
third
have it.
song.
Fantastic.
Right? We got
Yeah,
one more
let's
in
do
there.
it. Yeah.
Let's do one more. What song are we doing?
We're doing Battle Cry.
Battle Cry.
Yeah.
Let's go
Yes.
do it. Let's hear it out.
When I was a girl, pigtails were rolled in the grass. I cartwheeled, I knew when I fell that I would bruise. Hey, little girl, it's coming for you. Days in the sun went so fast. Playing with friends, how we laughed. Tag you out, they come to you. Hey, little girl, it's coming for you. With nowhere to run and nowhere to hide, I see a little girl. The storm that's in your eye, the rain will fall, the wheels stand tall, the wind will shift, and you'll hear the call. The last thing that you'll hear from me is a battle cry, a battle cry. We wanna be strong, but we're told to be meek. We live in their world, so think when you speak. We gotta grow up, ain't it the truth? Come on, all you girls, now we're coming for you. We taught us to hunt, now we're hungry for meat. The eyes on the storm, you know we won't retreat. The rain will fall, the wheels stand tall, the wind will shift, and you'll hear the call. The last thing that you'll hear from me is a battle cry, a battle cry. We're coming now, give up the crown, can't stop this fight, you can't keep us down. The last thing that you'll hear from me is a battle cry, a battle cry. We were born out of fire with a burning desire to set it alight in the dead of the night. The rain will fall, the wheels stand tall, the wind will shift, and you'll hear the call. The last thing that you'll hear from me is a battle cry, a battle cry. We're coming now, give up the crown, can't stop this fight, you can't keep us down. Last thing that you'll hear from me is a battle cry, 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 a battle cry.
Wow, love it. Battle Cry.
Thank you.
And
Thanks.
where is that placed on the album?
That one's second to last.
Second.
Yeah.
I feel that that's exactly where it should be. I don't know
Awesome.
why. I find it like very catchy, definitely
you.
catchy, and original. Like the sound is not heard very often or ever.
Never.
Like the blend is not heard. The melodic blend of kind of popish. I love it. It's a great song, and the vocals are great. So
Thank you so
like,
much.
Hats off.
Thank you.
I really love it. So now, where are we going in terms of style with the next album? Do you want to stay in the same genre, or do you want to, be adventurous and maybe throw in something a little different, or do you have an idea of?
Well, the way the songwriting's been going so far, it's pretty much in the same,
Well, for
ballpark.
sure, it's your sound. Yeah.
But
do you want to venture?
I
somewhere?
would love to, maybe for the third album, write a disco album.
Oh my
I
god.
love disco, and I think it would be so fucking cool to have like a rock disco, just like a weird.
No wonder you chose Whitney. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Almost like a Jamiroquai.
Like, yeah.
Almost
there's-
a Jamiroquai vibe, right?
Yeah, just something that you can like dance like
Funky.
this to.
Yeah, yeah. Why do you have
That's
to
funny.
reproduce the same thing? There's no
Bring it back
rules,
disco,
right?
baby.
There is no rules. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
why?
right. Wow, amazing. So where can we find all the music? Ash Lex for sure. Is there a website?
Yeah, ashlexmusic.com.
Okay.
And from there, you can find all my socials, a link to the video for It's Calling Me on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Shout
Yeah.
out Ryan Stick.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ryan
Amazing.
Stick, amazing job with the video. Very, very
Thanks,
cool.
Ryan.
Yeah. We went in with this like, Zach and I went in to go do the video with this like crazy idea, and Ryan's looking at us like, guys, what the hell? And we're just like, no, you can do it, man. And
So
he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
It
He
was
froze
very, very
with
cool.
us in the winter in a
Yeah.
unheated garage.
God.
We
was
put up
so
the green
cold.
screens and
It was
struggled and struggled.
Yeah.
Is there one video for the album up to now?
Yeah.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
do more?
Yeah, we plan to do more. This is the one that we have for now.
Sweet.
And it's awesome. You should check it out on YouTube,
Sweet.
on my YouTube channel, which I believe is Ash Lex Official.
I think so.
Ash Lex official.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna have
I need
it
to
on
add more things to it. I've kind of forgotten about it. Zach, get on that social for me. But it's streaming everywhere. The album's streaming everywhere where you stream your music. So like Apple, Spotify, and the others.
And
Trees
speaking,
and
What are
Bones,
the
by the
other
way,
things?
the album is
Yes,
called Trees
yes,
and
the album
Bones.
is
yeah.
called Trees and Bones.
and
yeah.
speaking of that, the album is streaming. There is an actual album as well. No, you
Yes,
can for the
you
audio
can
files
purchase
out there.
the
You can.
album. Yeah.
Yeah.
CDs and vinyls, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
CDs
Oh,
and
the
vinyls.
vinyl. Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
For all you audiophiles
and
that love
merch, your
vinyl.
merch as well is on your website?
Yeah,
I would
the merch is on the
imagine.
website. You can get the t-shirts. Yeah, this one, or the very cool Lex Gon' Give It To You
Oh.
t-shirt.
Lex Go Give It To You t-shirt. I love it.
Yeah.
And the CD and the vinyl.
Is there a place people can donate? Like there's, I know sometimes they
You can come to
Your
the shows
local-
and,
That's the way.
buy tickets. Like that is the best
We'd
thing
love
that you
that,
can do
yes.
to support.
And there will be
local
merch
acts.
at the.
And
I
there will
know
be merch there, yeah.
there's some websites that
You can donate to.
I think it's Bandcamp maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
haven't set my Bandcamp up yet.
Okay.
Because I've been so busy.
And they can support the
Or
band that way.
And yeah, like you just if you want to listen to the album, you can just donate anything.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's
And there's
yeah.
That's
Bandcamp
true.
I
That's
definitely
Fridays.
need to get on there.
Bandcamp Fridays.
So I think on Bandcamp Fridays, it's like a specific discounted price to get the whole album or something. So definitely
Oh.
Bandcamp is great.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shout out to
There you go.
Bandcamp.
Shout out
Yes.
Yeah.
to Bandcamp.
Shout out. Yeah.
Care about
Awesome.
the artists.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
They do, yeah.
Wow, I'd like to thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having
Stef.
us.
Wow,
This
it's
is
so fun.
Yeah.
Please post your shows because we want to come. I'm sure tons of
Absolutely.
people will want to come and support because you guys sound amazing. Keep
Thank
it
you.
up.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we'll be on a stage together somewhere. We'll,
Absolutely, yeah.
We've got to do it. It's got to be fun.
It has to be done.
Yeah. And you guys sound great, and
Thank you.
honestly, keep it up. So
Thank
you
so
so
much.
much.
And I'm gonna be like telling your story that you just decided to write an album. Fucking shits out 10 songs and with power vocals.
No.
So yeah, man, hats off to everybody. You guys sound great. Keep it
Thank you
up.
very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Steph.
you.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Sierra.
Thank you, Lisa and
Nip
Sierra.
Energy, man. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sierra.
And thank you, always a sponsor of ours, our artist friend.
Supporter.
He's a supporter, Emerge. He's a fantastic artist as well, if ever you want to check his stuff out. Emerge.3, street art, concrete art. He's
Cool.
phenomenal.
Wow.
Actually, if ever you do a show, he's done it already, but you can have a live. So he paints the background live while you're playing your show.
Cool.
So
Like,
cool.
he's done it before,
That's cool.
and he uses concrete, so it's really cool. He's done it, and
Wow.
it's
That
really
sounds
cool.
really
It is really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very very cool. So he can do like your T-shirt
Okay.
Nice.
on a big canvas behind you while the
Wow.
show's going on.
Very
So
cool.
that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
So guys, thank you so much. Of course, subscribe. Check out Ash Lex and her band, amazing. And subscribe Sessions with Stef for Spotify, YouTube, all of that stuff. Check it out. Listen. Keep
I love
watching.
the way you promote.
Yes,
Wherever.
It's everywhere.
That's
It's
it.
everywhere where you.
Smash our name somewhere.
Just subscribe, watch. Tell people, comment, do all of that stuff. If there's anyone you ever want to have on the show, send me a message, and I'd love to have them on. So, take care, guys. Sessions with Stef is now done, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.